Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going in Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to. Oh boy, we got a great one for you today. We got the Raw review, the go-home for Survivor Series.
Yeah.
Where we found out who's got the advantage in Survivor Series.
Survivor Series, yeah. So, the show started out with a bit of, as they like to call, and as Roman referenced, the dick measuring contest between Roman, Cody, and Punk.
He said, "Oh, just pull it out, get it
Let's
out,
start
whip
measuring.
it out. Just measure it. I got a ruler right here."
And close with a brawl.
Well,
with
Brock
all-
Lesnar falling on his ass.
Yeah, that was funny.
I mean, we gotta bring this up first and foremost, because this is like 90% of our chats here on YouTube and on Twitch. He fell when he did the thing, very exuberant. There you go. Larson does it very well, and he was on one boot. Not a lot of traction on that particular boot. I don't know if boots are supposed to have traction or not.
No, usually because the outsoles are just made with leather.
Yeah. Okay.
And
All right.
so what you got to do is rough them up.
Okay.
So you have some traction, but I guess maybe his wasn't sufficiently roughed up enough to get some grip on the ramp there.
So he took a tumble on his bum and then did a back roll and was laughing his ass off. Everybody was having a grand old time, and then they did the throwdown thing at the end. So
Yeah.
it was a proper go home here to Survivor Series War Games. I feel like every year, Larson, we quibble over two things. Number one.
Hold on.
Yeah.
You and I quibble over a whole lot more than two things over the course of a year.
Specifically, sorry, you're right. Specifically, War Games. We're always like, is there going to be 4 people? It's going to be 5 people. Maybe so. Nowadays, it's always going to be 5 people.
It's always 5. It's been firmly established this year.
And then number two, I actually do have to go back and look at this, but it doesn't really matter a damn who has the advantage. I feel like it's usually just the good guys winning at War Games. I feel like that's going to be the case this year too. I just feel like when they keep on talking about all-star team is such an all-star team, and yeah, you think that the big egos would like get in the way. For example, as we're going to talk about here in a moment, Roman Reigns. Looked like he was, and I know he's playing some mind games here, but I love that it got under Punk's skin, and I love that Punk sold this. But, it opened up with, wasn't officially a summit, but the 3 main guys, all who can lay claim to it being Team Roman, Cody, or Punk.
Mm-hmm.
They all had a little bit of a summit. And in the end, just to need a little bit, Roman just said, that title looked really good over my shoulder. And then he walked away, and Punk's like, whose title? What title? Title? What are you talking about? My title? Whose title are you talking about? Roman just laughs. Mission accomplished. He
says, let you two figure that out.
Let you two figure that out. And he just laughed and walked away, and Punk was still sort of stammering over his words as I am now.
Yeah.
I thought that was good, but it got me thinking, because tonight was a fairly meat and potatoes episode of Raw.
It's a kind way of putting it, yeah.
Punk versus Roman at Mania. What do you say? You want to do that?
Well, there's two things. I understand why WWE would want to do that, because it's 2 marquee names. You put that main event night 2. Punk gets his night 2 main event.
Big deal.
It's a huge match to end WrestleMania. I get it. At a certain point, if you're going to do anything with Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, you got to get to it. Because now they've thoroughly and completely faded back into henchman roles.
Yeah, Braun didn't even say anything. Neither Braun nor Reed said anything in that like a little backstage deal with Logan Paul when it was decided that he was going to be.
Yeah, I don't recall them saying anything. Reed for sure did not say a word. I don't think Braun
did either. Like Logan Paul sort of like motioned to him and said it should be Braun Breaker in there, and Braun Breaker just sort of. But then I don't even think Drew talked, so whatever. Like maybe that doesn't matter. But your point stands. They do come off like henchmen.
They do, and it seemed like, oh no, Braun Breaker is going to be pushed to the fore, and maybe this is all some, a grand plan by Triple H and W Creative to give Braun even further motivation to go out on his own as single superstar. Maybe the idea is that Heyman's brought Logan in to replace Seth so that Braun kind of gets in line until Seth comes back. Who knows? But right now, it's not doing him any favors. You know, he had that momentum after he kicked Seth out of the division, beat the shit out of him. You know, said Bronson, "You're either with me or against me." Bronson's with him. It seemed like they could be doing something good there with him and Bronson Reed. Reed got that win over Roman Reigns.
Mm-hmm.
That's a huge deal.
Yeah.
Doesn't happen very often where someone beats Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
What have they done since? Not a whole hell of a lot.
Yeah. If it wasn't for his, like, you know, outside WWE obligations, because Logan Paul, I just don't know if Logan Paul has the schedule availability to be world champion. But if I didn't know that, I would think to myself, this guy clearly is the future of the company in that role, because he is heavily featured here amongst the guys that are supposed to be the ones holding it down 5-10 years from now. And I don't know if maybe bad guys win, Braun Breaker gets pissed off, Bronson Reed gets pissed off, they, you know, begin their story of separating from Heyman. I don't know. I legit don't know. I mean, you could see if they don't go Gunther Brock at Mania. I'm sorry. Yeah, if they don't do that, they could do Brock versus Braun Breaker at WrestleMania. That's a possibility.
Absolutely.
But dude, I do not see between now and WrestleMania them elevating Braun Breaker to be main event guy. Could they fast track it, have him win the Rumble? I guess it's possible. But you know, and I think he would be, and that's the frustrating thing is, I think he's prepared for that eventuality. As soon as they pull the trigger, he's got the ingredients to run with it. But I do kind of feel like they would probably prefer a story. And that was the original plan before Seth Rollins got injured. That's what the reporting has told us. But getting back to CM Punk and that world title, the graphic we saw last week, the poster had Cody front and center. This time on the TV, the graphic had Punk front and center and Cody next to him. Punk versus Roman as the night 2. You know, if Roman wins, if they do whoever Cody's opponent's going to be win the Rumble, Roman could win the Chamber in Chicago, and you get, you know, CM Punk's opponent determined in Chicago.
Yeah.
I think that might be a cool little story there. And then, yeah, you got to think that would be the night 2 situation. I don't know who Cody could have that. Because, I mean, you got to think Cody's probably sitting there when Roman says that. That's why Cody didn't say anything. Number one, he's probably more of an internal guy. He's not going to just start yammering like CM Punk did. But he's probably sitting there like, man, this dude already had my title. He knows what it looks like. He's not talking about mine.
Yeah, I know.
Which is pretty great.
Yeah. That segment was all right. Some unfortunate news from Raw. It looks like Penta may have gotten hurt during his his last tournament match against Solo Sikoa. He was doing a Rana off the barricade and landed just square on his shoulder. And they went to commercial, came back. Ref determined that he couldn't continue. So hopefully it's nothing too serious, you know, whether it's a dislocated shoulder. Hopefully it's not a separated AC joint. You know, we don't know the extent of the damage yet, obviously. I'm guessing we might hear more in the coming days, but hopefully it's nothing serious, and it's a bummer. Like Solo versus Gunther will be a good match, because the match Solo's having against Penta tonight was shaping up to be really good. The pace was great.
Yeah.
But I was really looking forward to seeing Penta versus Gunther, and unfortunately we're not going to get that in the near future.
Yeah, it definitely seemed like that was the direction it was going to go. But you know, this just goes to show for Penta, this is a very standard move. He does this, you know, if not every match, twice a match.
Of all
sometimes.
the awful spills we've seen from someone chucked out of the ring, going over the top rope, off the apron.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just one of those things that a fairly mundane move for a pro wrestler.
Yeah,
could be the one that hurts him.
I went back to watch it again, because when he was leaving the ringside area, they were like, "Oh, Solo wins this because he can't continue." I was like, what move was this?" And I went back and I was like, you know, watching, and Penta did several things beforehand where I was like, "Oh, that might have been it." Even like, because I didn't realize it was a shoulder at first. You know, he jumps out of the ring sort of feet first, I think in between the second and third ropes, And I was like, oh, did he tweak his knee or something? And then he does something else kind of similar where he lands on his feet. And I was like, oh, is it there? And then when he goes down for that Rana, which just seemed like a very simple move for him, he immediately sort of grabs at his shoulder and he starts doing this, trying to test it out. And he gets that like this, even though he's got makeup and a mask on, he's got that disappointed eyes. That's a real bummer. Hopefully this is not a situation that is going to keep him out too long.
Yeah.
But an unfortunate situation. So Solo moves ahead because obviously Gunther won against Carmelo Hayes tonight. Not a surprising outcome at all.
No, but they did a pretty decent job of really booking Melo as the underdog babyface here. Maybe he could have got another really good near fall or two to really hammer that home.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
But it was a good showing for Melo. It was a fun match.
Mm-hmm, it was, yeah.
And, hope is, as we all might, that Melo could have pulled the upset again here. We heard Gunther is going to face Cena on December 13th, and that certainly looks to be the situation because I don't know anybody. What we're going to get? We're going to get Jay and Gunther in the finals.
Yeet.
We are.
Yep, that's what it's going to be.
1,000%. So that means Jay is going to beat LA Knight. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, so that's happening on SmackDown, isn't it?
LA Knight's quarterfinal match. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah. Okay. And that one, they already taped that, right?
Yes, they did.
Okay. All right. So if you want the spoilers for that one,
they're out there.
They're out there.
Don't expect anything exciting. So.
Yeah, don't get your hopes up on that. I was cracking up when you sent me that GIF. I think we were live, and I looked at it. I was like, okay, all right. Yep, that sounds even like shockingly even more underwhelming than I thought it was going to be.
Yep.
Yeah. That's what happens.
Anyways,
we have a sponsor for the show. So before we dive into our Raw recap, Lars, let's go and talk about them.
Let's do it. This episode of Going In Raw is sponsored by Cash App. I've been thinking about something, Steve. Something that pops in my head from time to time. I use my debit card all the time.
Yeah.
And I just wish sometimes my debit card would do something for me.
Something for you.
Yeah.
Like help you work on your jumper? Like what do you mean exactly? Do something for you?
It's an inanimate object. How it's going to dole out advice on a good jump shot?
That's what I'm trying to figure out too.
Yeah, no, it's not going to do that. But I have thought about it. Maybe something like discounts at some places like Shop or something. That would probably be a good start.
That makes a lot more sense. That makes more sense than the card helping you with your J. Anyways, I got good news for you in that arena, man, because Cash App just released a new status program for the way people actually spend called Cash App Green. It unlocks new ways for you to pay, get rewarded, and easily grow or manage your money on your terms. Now, when you spend at least $500 a month with a Cash App card or Cash App Pay, you earn green status, which unlocks benefits like up to $200 of free overdraft coverage, higher borrow limits, and custom personalized cashback offers every Friday at places you love to shop.
Turn everyday spending into status with Cash App Green. Download Cash App today or visit cash.app/new to learn more about this and other great features launching now. For a limited time, new Cash App customers can earn $10 if they use the code CASHAPP10 in their profile at sign-up and send $5 to a friend within 14 days. Terms apply.
Cash App is a financial services platform, not a bank. Banking services provided by Cash App's bank partners. Prepaid debit cards issued by Sutton Bank, member FDIC. Cash App Green, overdraft coverage, borrow, cashback offers, and promotions provided by Cash App, a Block Inc. brand. Visit cash.app/legal/podcast for full disclosures. So we've got Survivor Series watch along this coming Saturday.
Yeah.
And our review right afterwards. So hopefully you guys will join us for that.
Yes,
and
please.
The predictions challenge continues on.
It's still a wide open field because there are so many surprises at Full Gear.
Yeah, Full Gear, more like it.
Yeah, you got that right.
They certainly
fooled us all.
Tricked me.
Well, not all of us. Somebody got 51 points, well ahead of me. They fooled me. I got 3 right, I think.
Is like RJ City like doing predictions under a burner account?
Maybe.
He's got
Maybe he really wants in that Tournament of Champions. So we're going to do next week.
He really does. I've got the Tournament of Champions. I got the title. It's over there. I can see it from here.
But we can't see it.
Oh, but I can. It exists.
I know it
exists.
exists. It's been on the screen before. We know it exists.
Yes, correct. Yeah. It's the Roman Reigns title from Pakistan. Uh-oh. So that's going to be on the line in the Tournament of Champions. Every champion in our predictions challenge will be participating in this. And we got kind of a cool idea for the enforcer spot. We're going to figure out a way to have the friendos make his picks. I think we can do that.
Yeah, I think so.
That could be a lot of fun. In which case, the title, I don't know what would happen with the title. If the team enforcer ends up winning, I don't know what would happen to the title.
That's a good question.
So if you have any ideas, you can let that percolate.
I'll think on it.
Percolate a little bit.
Yeah. I guess we can jump into Raw now. So Roman Reigns was advertised to open the show, and he in fact did open the show.
Mm-hmm.
He comes to the ring. The crowd's chanting OTC, and he says, OKC, because they're in Oklahoma City.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Acknowledge me. Immediately interrupted by Cody. So he does the what do you want to talk about thing. He says, I thought this would be different. I acknowledge you're a man of your word. You kept it before, but that was for a title, but this is war. What's it? People ask of you, Roman, what's in it for Roman? And he's like, I've been fighting this battle long before you. You're just joining in now. He says, one thing that we know about each other, we don't play when it comes to our families. Last I checked, half this team is my family. Before they were on this team, they were my bloodline. That means I've been invested for a long time, and I'm here to see that through. So Cody says, understood. Then all I could say is welcome to my team. This brings out CM Punk.
He really should have had the poster with him in front.
Have it unfurl from the rafters.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
As Exhibit A of his team. So Phil comes out, does his usual great to be alive in whatever city they're in.
OKC.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't.
Yeah.
That's his
insert
normal,
your city here.
Yeah, insert city name here. And he says, OKC, acknowledge us. So he's trying to be a unifier here. He says, look, we're like an all-star team here.
He's pretty terrible at it from the get-go.
He really is. He says, I think we're cool. To Roman, I saved your life. And Roman says, and 4 months later, you ruined it. And Punk says, I ruined your life to give you a reason to stab me in the back. Huh? I'm not worried. If you stab me, you're stabbing your cousins. And Roman wouldn't be mean to his own family, huh? Would he? Put his family between a rock and a hard place, would he? And then Cody says, we're on the same team. And Punk says, who said it was yours? I heard you correctly. Yeah.
Yeah.
It says, this isn't SmackDown. This is the USA Network. This is Netflix. It's Monday night. You can be the quarterback on Friday, but here I'm the champ, and the C and CM stands for captain. Then Roman talks right over him and says, hey, let's get him out and start measuring.
Yeah. Talking about their fallacies.
Yeah. The front area.
Yeah. So he's Captain Man Punk.
Yeah. Captain Man Punk.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah. Well, no, it's a C. It's always been kind of nebulous. Chicago made, I guess.
No, it's Chick Magnet. It's Chick Magnet. Yeah, that's the original genesis of it. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's a cool name. So, anyways, Roman says, I don't care whose team it is. Doesn't matter. Here's the thing about Roman. He knows that it's his team. He's just letting these guys argue about it.
Yeah.
He says, I don't like you two, but what we can agree on is I hate Paul Heyman and the Vision. That's my promise. I hate them more than I hate you. And since we're being honest, and he sort of looks like kind of between them, that title would look so much better on my shoulders. And then he leaves with a big smile on his face, and CM Punk starts stammering. He's like, whoa, what do you mine or his? Who? What? Mine or his? What? What do you I think he's talking to you.
Yeah. Hey, Roman's just.
Cody's like, he's just fucking with you, man. Come on. You're kind of new to this, Phil.
Yeah, I know. So Roman leaves. We go backstage. The Vision's huddling up. And so Heyman says, Mr. McIntyre, take this seriously. The only reason you're here is because I picked you for the advantage match. If you say boo to the wrong person, they can take you out of this arena. It's a tag match. They need to pick a partner, and so do you. So Logan says his partner's Brock Lesnar. And Heyman says, Brock's coming for Roman. He doesn't want anything to do with this tag match. Take his name out of your mouth. And Logan says, what, take Brock Lesnar's name out of my mouth? I'm joking. And so he says, Braun, Breaker. And Heyman says, no, Bronson Reed, no. And then he points at himself. And Heyman says yes. And Logan says, wise choice. So later on, we're backstage. Punk, Roman, Cody are all arguing. The Usos come in. They make the pitch. They're the greatest tag team in WWE history. If they need to win this match, they should face McIntyre and Logan Paul tonight. And everybody, no one protests whatsoever. It's not like everybody enthusiastically agrees either. Just kind of like, all right, fine, whatever.
Because nobody wants to lose their cool. That's what it is. They all want to be steely cool.
Well, I think also, I don't think any of them wanted to be in the situation of potentially being on the losing team and thus lose their potential authority about this being their team.
That's possible as well. But like when literally the greatest tag team in WWE history shows up, exuberantly, mind you, and they're like, this is a no-brainer. It's the best team in WWE tag history. Of course we're going to do this. Thrown together tag teams never work. So we're totally going to win this. And
you know what? Drew and Logan are now 2-0 as a tag team.
Well, there you go. And so they're like, like this is a no-brainer. And they've sort of framed it as if anybody who says otherwise is an idiot. So they probably also didn't want to come off like an idiot. They just stood there. And on top of that, they were trying not to laugh because the Usos are super being extra. And so like at one point, they say, hey, Cody, what you want to talk about? And Cody just started cracking up like he couldn't hold it anymore.
Yeah.
So I don't know. And you can tell CM Punk is just having so much fun being involved in all this shit. So, yeah.
He is very much happy to be there.
He is very much. I think that's just legitimate for him at this point, man.
Hey, Punk, what's your character? I'm happy to be here.
I'm happy to be here.
That's your character? I'm just really happy to be here.
I'm pulling from reality. This is method acting, baby.
Yeah, exactly. This is my character's autobiographical.
Yeah.
Happy to be here. So then our main event, we had the War Games Advantage match. We had the Usos taking on Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul. I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Was this established as a no DQ match? Because Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes were clearly trading punches in clear view of the ref, and yet there was no DQ during the brawl on the floor. Clearly, Cody was hammering Drew's face with his fists.
Maybe there was special dispensation given that Drew right now is persona non grata with the officials, with Pierce and what's his face, Aldis. He's suspended. But I mean, that's a good point. I'm not saying that you don't have a good point there, but that'd be kind of booty if they were just like, oh, I see Cody over there with his weak ass punches. Let's DQ this thing. It didn't seem to hurt Drew all that much. They still got the win.
Yeah, because Logan rolled up Jimmy while all that was going on. Jimmy's looking out at the brawl as opposed to, of course, his brother just jumped off over the top rope and take everybody out. But
I just absolutely hate that thrown together tag teams beat like the best tag team in WWE history. I can't stand that. I'm not a fan of that at all. Because I knew what was going to happen going in. I was like,
you knew Jimmy was going to take that L.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I know. Still infuriating.
Yeah, I don't disagree. Really should have been a DQ, and Jimmy should never put in that situation to take that L.
Yeah.
Imagine the heat Cody would have if he cost his team to lose the advantage match because he was smashing Drew McIntyre's face with his weak-ass punches.
That's a good point, actually. Yeah. Then you're proving it's not your team.
Yeah. You lost your cool, Cody.
Yeah.
Not your team.
Yeah. They lost, you're not, it's not Team Cody now. It's either Team Roman or it's Team Punk.
Yeah. So during the match, Punk and Cody come out because Braun and Bronson Reed show up ringside. After the match concludes, Punk goes after Logan Paul. Huge brawl breaks out. Roman's music hits. He just starts dropping everybody with Superman punches. So he gets to the ring, and then they have the credits, and then Brock's music hits. He walks out with Heyman. Brock falls on his ass, gets up, puts his hat on. Braun Breaker, I believe. You have the faces in the ring. The heel team get on the apron. Heel team enters the ring. Brawl breaks out as the show goes off the air.
What possible thing could they're going to have the women's advantage match on
SmackDown, yeah.
SmackDown. So are the men just going to get like a video package?
Video package, man.
Yeah. Okay. Compelling on Friday.
Maybe they'll have the summit on SmackDown.
Oh yeah, let's get a good summit.
No violence. Just what we want to hype up a brutal War Games match, a 20-minute talking segment.
Yeah, I don't need that. But thank goodness we're not, because I feel like Friday's going to be a big nothing burger. Speaking of which, programming wise, given that this is a Turkey Day week,
Yeah.
we will be doing tomorrow is going to be nothing because we don't do shows on Tuesday if we've already done the Raw review on Monday
Yep.
night.
Yep.
Wednesday, we've got hot takes as per
Correct.
usual.
Yep.
The hot takes thread is open right now, so please get it in. We're going to film it tomorrow. It'll go up on Wednesday. Thursday, we've got a very special count out. No,
Yeah,
count out.
yeah.
Yes, count
Wait.
out.
No. Yes.
Yeah, yes,
No.
yeah, count out.
No.
It's count
No.
out.
It is?
Yeah, retro review is going to be Friday.
That's right. Because
Yes.
we shot that today.
Correct.
Yes. So count out Thursday.
Yeah, and it's going to be the flip. It's Steven Larson. You know, this is silly. We should honestly be paid consultants, but we're going to put our consultants consultancy hats, Steven Larson LLC consultants, and we're going to tell WWE how to get back to the boom period. We're going to make them money. That's what we're going to do because they don't have enough.
Kind of wish at least we can make some money in the process too.
We'll make money off the podcast.
And then on Friday, we have a retro review for a show that we never covered, even though it happened while we've been doing Going in Raw, and that is Crown Jewel
Deep into
2018.
our run. Yeah, Crown Jewel 2018. So if you guys want to get your homework in prior to the Friday retro review, Crown Jewel 2018. And I especially want the people who every once in a while in our hot takes threads who say, I miss Vince McMahon. Triple H is no worse than Vince. They're the same thing. I want you to watch this show because it illustrates how deeply wrong you are about that.
But then again, they can point to the Dom Mysterio segment tonight as maybe evidence that they're not that far off either.
You know, are we talking about that now?
No, it's not. It's,
Okay.
it's towards the end because
We'll talk about it when we get there. I mean, I do have like an explanation for that one, but we'll wait till we get there.
All right. Let's talk about the downtime. Last tournament is quarterfinal round that kicked off on Raw tonight.
Tournament
First-
now, last time tournament.
Is Gunther versus Carmelo Hayes. We talked a bit about it at the beginning. Really fun match. Melo seemed to be on the verge of potentially winning via count out yet again.
Yep.
And Gunther just barely beat the 10 count in the end. Powerbomb, sleeper powerbomb. Gunther gets the dub.
You know, it's a winning formula for Gunther. He came inches away from getting hit with that horrible, like probably spine realigning axe kick finish of Carmelo Hayes.
Nothing but net, yeah.
Very close to the nothing but net, but he was able to evade it and then went on his run and got the job done. Also, we mentioned this Penta versus Solo Sikoa. We pretty much talked about the exact moment all that stuff happened, so there's not much more to talk about that. Stephanie Vaquer had a promo, mostly in English, but she added some Espanol in there as well. Cut it on Nikki Bella. She said, you know, people told me not to trust you, but I did. Made you my friend. My bad. And said, you know, you made a mistake. Screw me over, though. You're not going to beat me at Survivor Series. And I agree with that. I don't think that she's going to beat Stephanie Becky.
Yeah, max confidence probably on Stephanie retaining.
Becky Lynch did a really obvious and pretty funny impression of our current U.S. leader. This was, you know, people have noted this over the past couple weeks or whatever, and especially her Twitter activity, the all caps, unhinged. Many people say, everybody says it's not just me, et cetera, et cetera. Very reminiscent of current U.S. leader. And she took that to the next level in her War Games kind of Becky Summit. She came out there and she said, I can hear it. You're unhappy about the injustice last week that happened to me.
Well, pretty much what she did, you could paraphrase this pretty quick. She took credit for creating this War Games team.
Yes, she did, even though she was the last one to join.
Yes.
Yes.
So she put everybody over, each member of the team. This brings, she even talks shit about Asuka. She says, you know, we've had our differences. I beat about 9 out of 10 times, but you made me work for it.
Yeah. Yeah. It was pretty, her shit talk was pretty funny. It was pretty funny. The passive aggressive shit.
Yeah. So anyways, Rhea music hits, then EO, then Charlotte, then Alexa, and then AJ. And AJ says, Becky, the old AJ would have torn that pretty face off, but thankfully for you, therapy works. All this bravado and tearing people down, I see what it is. It's immaturity, it's insecurity, it's fear. See, I don't need to run my mouth to lift myself up. I know who the hell I am. I don't need to bark like an angry chihuahua. I don't bark, I bite. And so she talks about, well, now I'm in War Games, gives me an opportunity to let the old AJ out. I can do whatever the hell I want. I'm not the only one who can't wait to knock your teeth down, knock you off your pedestal, sorry, and laugh as you fall all the way down. Isn't that right, Rhea? So Rhea takes the mic and then hits Nia in the head with it. Brawl breaks out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then the faces stand tall to end it.
Yeah, they'll probably advantage bad guys probably, or they'll stand tall anyways.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah. Also, we had oh man, Maxine no, the New Day. Talking about the New Day now. So Raquel's backstage with Pierce. He mentions she's going to be in the mix for a title match soon. The New Day come in. He said, I wish I could be thankful for being here, but you just ruined everything. Our holidays at Tag Division. What's next? They're screaming at Pierce. Pierce says, shut up. If you're quiet, you listen when I say Dragon Lee and AJ Styles are fighting champions and want to put the titles up next week against you. And they're all shocked. And he's like, it is official. And then Waller puts a wig on Pierce. Oh, that's right. I was coming in because I was like, wait, when did this happen? I remember I was coming in from my dinner. I was grabbing my dinner, and then this was ending.
Oh, what'd you have for dinner?
I had some Spanish style rice or Mexican rice, and then some chicken that I put in the pressure thing, and then a bunch of shit in there. Well, I mean, it's like a little chicken burrito bowl. Put like cheese and sour cream and guacamole in there.
Gotcha.
It was hella good.
That sounds good.
And then I'd also got, because I wanted to give my family like a choice of sides. That's what I elected, but I also did some mashed potatoes.
Oh, wow.
I also ate some of those.
Did you put those within your burrito bowl?
No, it was like my dessert.
Half rice, half mashed potatoes. That'd probably be hecka good. You know what's really good?
It probably would be.
You know what's really good in mashed potatoes? It's corn. Put some corn in those mashed potatoes.
Yeah. Well, I like to put corn, like when I make like a loaded potato, like a jacket potato. Yeah. Put a bunch of sweet corn in there.
Oh, yeah.
Some cheese, sour cream, some ham. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, it's good. Anyways, so we see Brock walking into his locker room with Heyman. And then we get Pierce backstage with Maxine. And he says, essentially, everybody's going to want a shot at that title now.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, she says, all this means is the hard work has paid off, but I want to be a champion people respect, so I have to work even more. I'm going to call Natty. And so she walks off. Ivy Nile walks up to her. She says, that title is mine.
No hint of the American-made branding on Ivy Nile.
No. We haven't seen the Creeds in forever.
No. Twitter was speculating, the IWC was speculating there was like a chunk of match like right before they kind of disappeared, where like they did one of those Brutus bombs or the cannonball thing. I forget what it was.
Yeah.
On Damian Priest, and Priest looked pissed off because he got hit like pretty gnarly. And then there was another thing right after that in the match that they did. And people were saying, it might have been this. But it's like, for this long? Maybe they're just waiting for Gable to come back.
That could be. So then she walks away from Nile, and Roxanne and Raquel step up. And Roxanne says, I wanted to congratulate you, but I hope you're aware I can take it all away from you. Then Pierce comes up and says, I need to talk to the Intercontinental Champion, so please. And he says, if you're going to call her, you better call her now. So
she's learning that there's a big target on her.
And calling Natty. Natty's going to turn on her. Maybe that'll be we see Bloodsport Natty on main roster.
Oh, that'd be cool. I'd be down for that. That'd be good. Good. All right, man.
Oh, dear.
So we had Dom Mysterio comes out. He starts putting John Cena on blast because I got the Survivor Series thing. He's like, he gets interrupted mid-promo by John Cena's music. Now, Cena's not scheduled to be here. He's already had his last Monday Night Raw. Instead, it's a little person John Cena. And he's got like a little person Stu, the camera guy, with him. And then a camera guy following actual Stu camera guy following little guy Stu and this little John Cena. And I just fucking roll my eyes. You know, look, I like comedy. You know me. I love to laugh. You know, I got these lines right here because I love to laugh, you know? Mm-hmm. But dude, this kind of shit hasn't been funny. And I saw somebody post like a still of like when Kurt Angle did the same thing about John Cena, and maybe they were just like, hey, it's a reference that people can. But like, it's just not funny anymore.
Nope.
That's the thing. I'm down. Look, if you could be actually funny, I'm cool with whatever. If you could be funny. But dude, this kind of shit is just not funny. It's just but like that's one thing about Triple H is that he's always had kind of that juvenile sense of humor that I just think hasn't.
Yeah,
and it's not even it's not even like, oh, we're being edgy and non-PC. It's not even that. It's just there's nothing funny about it. I didn't think this shit was funny back then. It's like we're laughing just because the person is small.
Yeah, I'm guessing Triple H was probably laughing heartily at all this backstage, assuming he was even there.
Yeah. But I'm like, I thought we were done with this with Vince.
Yeah.
Like one of the knocks on Vince was the guy's out of touch, and sort of extended to his sense of humor as well. It's like, oh, I get this is probably a Vince thing because it's not really. It was just sort of tacky.
Yeah.
And that's what this was.
Yeah.
Very
much so. Very much so. And it just ends with Dom laying him out. He hits a 5-knuckle shuffle, 619 and a frog splash.
Yeah.
And then Ray comes to the ring and kind of chases him off because he has a match against JD McDonough next.
Yep. Yeah. So that match happens. Ray gets the win here. It is nuts. You and I, we did the Crown Jewel review. There's a couple of Rey Mysterio matches in there. This guy is not slowing down.
I know.
He's so fast.
I know.
It's awesome.
It's great.
So he ends up getting the win here over JD McDonough after JD accidentally headbutted Finn off the apron because Finn got on the apron to try to help him out. Instead, he got hit with a JD headbutt.
Right in the breadbasket, too. Right in the gut.
Right in the gut. And then Ray hits a 619 and a splash. I love the what is it, like a springboard? It's not a springboard. The splash where he just goes like launches right over from the apron. I love that one. Instead of going all the way up and hit the frog splash.
Yeah. No, it was a springboard thing. The frog
Yeah,
splash.
I know. That's what I like. Yeah, that's what he did.
Yeah.
It was a springboard. But I forgot. It's a slingshot.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Gotcha.
Anyways, they try to attack. Judgment Day does, and Ray does a bunch of weird, as Wade Barrett referred to it, Benny Hill-esque moves.
Yeah, and Finn was just playing into the comedy of that whole thing the whole time.
Finn is so Okada. Like, he just likes to do comedy now.
Yeah.
I swear, hey, did you see Apollo Crews return in AAA?
No.
Yeah. I don't know to what extent. I just saw a still, and I think it was like Sean Ross Sapp who had said, Apollo Crews returned.
That's
I'm
cool.
assuming he wrestled.
Yeah.
That's neat.
Yeah. That's cool.
That is pretty cool. Anyways, that's your Raw review.
Yeah, it was a very wrestle heavy episode of Raw, like the Gunther versus Mello match. Pretty much the first hour of the show was the opening segment in the ring, the backstage bit, and then Gunther versus Mello. That was like the first 50 minutes of Raw.
Yeah, it was a pretty breezy show.
Yeah, and then they gave JD and Ray plenty of time. It was a really good match too. JD is putting in some really good work of late. You can tell he's impressing people with his in-ring abilities.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Anyways, in the main event, since the Solo and Penta went short, they gave the main event, like the entrances started half hour, with about a half hour left in the show. So the main event got a ton of time.
They gave it a lot of time, yeah.
So, would you like to answer some questions?
Would you like to answer some questions? All right, so Dave Matushek says, with the AEW Continental Classic fields revealed, which faction that most of the participants are from would implode the most in storyline? Let's see here. There we go. All right, man. We're going to take a look at these. Here we go. All right. Shout out to Wrestle Purist for having this on Twitter. The first thing okay. In the Blue League, we've got Konosuke Takeshita. John Moxley. His Death Rider brethren, Claudio Castagnoli.
Interesting.
Orange Cassidy. Roderick Strong. And Mascara Dorada.
Okay.
Who every match of his on Collision is going to be a must-watch.
So we got 2 Death Riders, 2 Conglomeration. Although Roddy doesn't really seem to represent Conglomeration. He's more adjacent.
Paragon.
Yeah.
And then in the Gold League, we've got Kazuchika Okada, Kyle Fletcher, his brethren in the Don Callis family, Speedball, Mike Bailey, Kevin Knight, his tag team partner, Peck,
Interesting.
the Busted, and Darby Allin.
So we're getting Takeshita Okada in the finals.
Yep.
You know, based on those brackets, I'd say it's probably worst case scenario for potentially Death Riders. Because it might be this tournament. That's the thing that eventually gets Mox booted.
It's okay. This is a really dumb question because I know you're going to be like, I don't know, but maybe you do. What's the prize in the end?
I mean, the prize was before you get the Continental Championship.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So I guess the prize now to get the Unified Championship?
Is it?
They didn't. They didn't.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Does anybody know? Did anybody watch the whatever
the selection special?
The selection special. It's gonna be a good tournament.
Oh yeah, the field's great.
Yeah, yeah.
Mutant Mayday says y'all see the Mox promo where the Death Riders are looking displeased with him. No, not surprising though.
Cheeseman asked if we're doing a AEW review this week. We are not because that
means we have to work on Thanksgiving. We're not doing that.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Larson's going to be out of town. I'm going to be like on Wednesday night. Wednesday night, I'm going to be busy prepping for the Turkey Day because we're hosting here.
Yeah.
And then by the time Monday comes around, like that's late.
It's old news. We'll maybe talk about in the following week's Dynamite review.
Yeah. If nothing is going on, like in terms of we have ads next week. We got a bunch, huh? Mm-hmm. I mean, if a bunch of stuff happens we have like some Survivor Series fallout.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Let's see here. You want to answer some questions?
Yeah, that's what we're doing right now.
All right. Alex Foster here says, what failed / bad gimmick would you give a current wrestler? Alex here suggests Hank Walker be the new Arachnaman.
Oh, Arachnaman. That's good. Yeah. What about Man Mountain Rock or Max Payne? He was like a musician. He was like a grunge musician guy.
Why not Tank Ledger?
The other guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he feels like grunge guy to me.
Does he feel more like a juggalo to you?
Yeah, he does. 1,000%. Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, total. Oh my god. Yeah.
Probably loves himself some Insane Clown Posse, huh?
I mean, he looks like it.
What about Nathan Frazier? He could be a grunge guy.
No, he'd be a Manchester guy.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. He'd be like Happy Mondays, maybe Joy Division.
I mean, I guess Darby. He's from Seattle.
New Order. Darby. Oh, Darby, 1,000%. Well, he's very Misfits coded. I mean, it's good though. I mean, Darby, yeah, because he is from there, and we can't say Stephen Flo, obviously.
It's too easy.
And plus, isn't this like from the AEW WWE field or no?
Well, this says current wrestler.
Current wrestler.
What if Pearl Jam issues a cease and desist? Stephen Flo, you can't use our IP.
Well, how about this? This actually makes the most sense. Edge. He is the Pearl Jam of wrestlers.
He is.
Because like his good stuff was like in his first 5 years.
But his name is obviously the name of the guitarist from U2.
No, that's the Edge.
The Edge, I know.
That's the
still. If the Edge joined a grunge band.
Yeah.
Mr. Sinister here says, with Penta getting injured, shouldn't Solo also have a mystery opponent like LA Knight? No, because Penta was injured during the match.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
That's the difference.
What's been blind Javier says, what's been the worst build to a WWE premium live event in the last 5 years?
WrestlePalooza.
That's a good answer. Cameron Shank says, any science fiction book, TV, movie recommendations to somebody who likes fantasy more? Foundation.
Watch Dark on Netflix.
Yeah.
It's a really good time travel series.
I got to like season 2. I loved it, but I could not keep going. I don't know why.
Interesting.
But yeah, I loved that show. I was always on the precipice of not knowing what the fuck was going on.
Yeah, no, that's the best type of, especially time travel.
It's very satisfying, though.
Yeah.
I was going to say Foundation because it's got elements. It's on Apple TV. It's got a terrific cast, and like I don't know where they get this budget from, but it's a beautiful looking show. But I mean, they get it from Apple because
basically infinite money. Yeah,
infinite money. But it's got fantasy elements to it. So if you like fantasy, it's sci-fi / kind of fantasy-ish.
Severance has sci-fi elements to it, obviously.
Oh, I would definitely put that in the sci-fi realm.
Yeah, so highest possible recommendation, Severance.
And it's got some fantasy in it, and that sometimes I fantasize about not remembering shit from my work. That's a joke because I love my job. Honestly, I'm really happy when I'm doing the show. But if I had one of those soul-sucking jobs,
yeah,
then would you severance yourself, Larson?
No.
Me neither. That's terrifying.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. Not at all. Not at all. Cruz asked, does Cena hit a 619 on Dom?
I'm still waiting for them to televise that with Gunther.
Maybe if Cena does it to Dom, then Gunther will do it to Cena.
That'd be cool. Oh, that's good. I like that. That's good. Are you ready to blind power rank?
Sure. Let me get some paper here. What am I blind power ranking?
Today, Jesse Helsius is going to ask us to blind power rank 5 faction leaders.
All right.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Wade Barrett, but specifically of the Core.
Oh, wow. Core was terrible.
Core was awful.
I'm going to put Wade at 4.
Okay. Farouk of the Nation of Domination.
Oh, I like Farouk.
Who doesn't?
I'll put Farouk at 2.
X-Pac of X Factor.
X-Pac!
X-Pac. Ding, ding. I got everything I ever wanted.
Has there been a wrestler whose image has been so thoroughly rehabilitated more than X-Pac?
I mean, probably, but his has been really rehabilitated.
I don't think X Factor really did much. So as much as I appreciate X-Pac now, I'm going to put him at 3.
Okay. Shane McMahon of the Alliance. The Alliance. Yeah, I guess so. The Alliance.
I feel like there's going to be a gotcha here at the end, and even if there's not, whatever.
Okay.
I got to put Shane at 1.
I mean, honestly, just based off his performance on Crown Jewel 2018.
Exactly. He is the best in the world. How can I not put him at 1?
The best in the world. So now we're only left with number 5?
Number 5.
Well, Larson, I will tell you this. You got it right, because Stevie Richards of Right to Censor is at number 5. Good
Nailed
job.
it.
Well
Nailed
done.
it.
Nailed it.
Nailed
it. Yeah. Speaking of which, we got a new blind power rank coming up. Well, probably not tomorrow now. Do it the next day because we got predictions.
We got on Friday. I like having those go up on Friday if we can do it.
Is that like a schedule thing now? Okay, cool.
I just think that's a good idea. The show that we can find that we can do on a weekly basis and get a good schedule for.
But hold on a second. Should we do it on Thursdays because the Meltzer stuff comes out on Friday?
Yeah, but then we would do AEW predictions. Those go on Thursday.
What about Wednesdays?
Okay, Wednesdays are fine.
Wednesdays?
Yeah, I don't think there's any conflicts on Wednesdays. I just want it to be on the same day.
I agree. No, I'm down with that. I'm totally cool with that. All right, cool. So I'll put that up on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, this blind power rank. It's good.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
What is it? Which one is that?
It's the TNA one.
Oh, that's a fun one.
It is a fun one.
I'm waiting for your next one that you gave me. That's honestly, that's peak. Because good Lord, the mental gymnastics. But I still feel validated. I think I did it.
You did it.
I think I did it.
All right, you want a blind power rank?
Yeah, why not?
This is from Die Hard Homer's movie scenes, specifically 6 scenes. I think it's 3 each. 3 each from Zodiac and Boogie Nights.
Okay, all right. I love this. This
Classic,
is great.
memorable scenes, all of them.
So 3 scenes from Boogie Nights, 3 scenes from Zodiac.
Correct.
Great.
First one here, Zodiac, Lake Berryessa attack.
Shut up and give me your keys. In our lore, boy, oh boy, this ranks really high. I'm going to put that Lake Berryessa. This is like literally nobody should get any of these. Wait, who did this one?
Greg Morris.
Die Hard Homer?
Yeah.
Is he our historian or something? Because
I don't know.
All right, yeah, Lake Berryessa is number 2. Shut up and give me your
Number 2.
keys. That's iconic. Yeah,
That's the name of the line, but
it's not. But we made it the line.
Yeah, I know. Next one from Boogie Nights.
Yeah,
The Donut Shop.
heavy scene.
Tension.
Here's the thing: none of these scenes are going to be bad. I feel like there will be some iconic scenes, and this one is so tense. It's almost hard to watch. It's brilliant. I'm gonna go at poor Buck Swope. I'm gonna go at number 5 for the donut shop scene. It's for the Christmas.
For the Christmas. Next up from Zodiac, the Arthur Lee Allen interrogation.
Guys, if you haven't seen Zodiac, you have to. This movie is, we need to do a movie podcast. The Arthur Lee Allen interrogation scene. Can I see that watch? And he gives him the watch. He's got the fucking Zodiac sign on it. And he's so weird. He's so good. Oh, man. I got to leave a number 3 for Boogie Nights because I know what number 1's going to be. I'm going to put the interrogation scene at number 4.
Oh, that's tough. You got to make some tough choices here.
I know.
Next one from Boogie Nights. It's the barbecue at Jack's house.
The barbecue at Jack's house, that includes the overdose, right? Get some new shit, man.
Mm-hmm. It includes Little Bill in the driveway, all that.
There's that great scene where the camera follows that girl into the water.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really well done one. I like that scene a lot. I think it's really well crafted. There's a lot of great quotables in it. I'm going to put it at number 6 because I feel like it's the least substantial scene.
Mm-hmm.
So, Jack's barbecue.
Next up from Zodiac.
Yeah.
You want to take a guess what this one is?
Basement?
Mm-hmm.
Basement's number 1. That's what I was waiting for. Number 1. Oh, my God. Larson, sitting there in the theater while Gyllenhaal's down in the basement with the guy who he realizes while in the basement, this guy he did the poster, therefore he might be the Zodiac.
Mm-hmm.
And he can't get out of there fast enough.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, number 1 easily. I get chills thinking about that scene.
Masterclass in filmmaking right there.
Let me guess what number 3 is.
From Boogie Nights?
From Boogie Nights, Rawhead Jackson's apartment. Another very tense scene, and I think it belongs to number 3. I'm happy with this list. I'm very happy with this list.
All good options, so...
All great options.
Regardless of the order. Luis says, what are some other things Okada will blame on Takeshita?
Oh, dude, the burger, the bun on my angry red Whopper isn't red. That's Takeshita's fault.
Let me ask you this. How many farts do you think Okada has blamed on Takeshita?
All of them. And he intentionally crop dusts just to blame it on Takeshita.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Beef maker.
CatDad7 says, in any genre, who would you guys say is your favorite supergroup?
In any genre. Oh, are we talking about
music? Music, yeah.
Oh, okay. Temple of the Dog.
Okay. Not Traveling Wilburys?
I love the Wilburys, man, but, that's probably my dad's favorite supergroup.
The first one that popped in my head was Run the Jewels.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah.
So I'll say that until I can think of anything better. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I don't have any questions over here.
All right, let's see if you can find a good substantial one to end on here.
Okay.
Josh M asks, can there be too much blood at a show? Yeah.
Can there be too much blood on a show? I mean, yeah, probably. Yeah, I imagine so. If the story didn't, if because I've had this discussion over at WrestleJuice, people saying, there's too much blood on Full Gear, and I sort of take that stuff. Each match kind of has a clean slate. If it demands blood, I don't really care if it happened in the last one. If it demands blood, then do blood. I'm fine with that. I don't care if all the matches have a reason for it, then you can do it in all the matches.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me.
But it should have a reason for it.
And I guess for me, it's more of a situation of like, even if every match at Full Gear, someone got busted open. All right, it's a controlled, relatively safe environment to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But if you try to sit me down in one of those Tournament of Death shows,
yeah,
where it's just light tubes
it doesn't seem very safe.
And that's more of an issue for me.
Yeah.
Is because at that point it seems gratuitous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's the whole point of all that. It's just.
But that is the point of that. So I just wouldn't go to. Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, that's just not in my wheelhouse. That's not something I'm interested in. So I just wouldn't watch it. Yeah.
Yeah. I agree with that. Anyways, that's going to do it for the show. Let us know what you guys thought about tonight's Monday Night Raw in the comments below, or let us know what your favorite supergroup is. Larson, any last thoughts on the supergroup? You said you were going to give it a second to think about it.
I mean, that was like maybe 45 seconds ago.
I've also got Mad Season. I love Mad Season.
I know you really like Mad Season.
It's such a good album.
If you give me a second, I'll look at my music here, and I can maybe come up with something.
The Mooches mentions Queens of the Stone Age around Songs for the
Deaf. They just got Dave Grohl as a drummer, though. That's not really a super group.
Well, What's-His-Face is in it, too.
Mark Lanigan?
Mark Lanigan's
He was on the previous album, though.
Yeah, I know. But I could understand that. That is a great album, by the way.
That is. Songs for the Deaf is a good album.
All right, you got 10 seconds to come up with a good super group.
Man. Gosh, on the spot.
Wings. There's really only 3 people in that group.
Yep. Nope, all I got right now is Run the Jewels right now.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for the show today. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We appreciate it. Till next time, we'll see you guys around.